Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today is the day where we predict the Super Wild Card Weekend predictions. It's here, baby. The playoffs are here, and we have a whole bunch of teams that look to be a knockout, and a whole bunch of teams that look to be a promise team, basically. So, today we're going to be predicting them. And this is probably going to be a shorter video because there's not that many games coming to, these games. Because I'm gonna go all the way through to the Super Bowl to predict these games. And, yeah. So, we're not going to talk about the Ravens and Niners because they're on a bye week and they sat their starters out. Or most of their starters last week. So, not much to talk about there. However, we have 6 games here in the wild card. And starting off with the AFC, basically, it's kind of like in order. If you look at the times, it's kind of like in order. It's like AFC games first and then NFC games second. It's kind of funny. But, let's get right into this video. The first game you have here is the Cleveland Browns traveling to Houston. Houston gets to host a playoff game here, and the Cleveland Browns. Joe Flacco, they didn't do anything last week. They sat their starters and got destroyed by the Bengals. That was pretty fun. That was pretty fire to me. But yeah, Cleveland had a good season. Interesting season, I should say. Going back to week 2, Nick Chubb going down, then Deshaun Watson getting hurt, then having another quarterback coming in. Deshaun Watson came back, got hurt again. Having 3,000 quarterbacks, they signed Joe Flacco. Having a historical defense on that team. He signs Joe Flacco. He takes him in the postseason, and it's just crazy. And Joe Flacco has experience, and the Browns really do have a shot here. They have a shot when it's the least expected season for this. The Browns, I thought they were 7-10 team at best. Just when Nick Chubb went down. Because I was like, okay, Cleveland's going to be 9-8, 10-17 with Nick Chubb. But ever since then, I said 6-11 and 7-10 team. But look, they pieced it together. They have a great coaching system. They got a great defense. And that Browns team is just, there's something special. Meanwhile, the Texans just knocked off the Indianapolis Colts, which they kind of got lucky at the end because Granson did not catch a pass. Or I should say that pass at the end. And he's going to be thinking about that pass in his dreams, and that's going to come back to haunt him. So I'm so sorry, Colts. But to be for real, the Texans, C.J. Stroud, took them all the way to the playoffs. He got hurt for 2 games. It's crazy for them. Their defense is actually kind of good. And the Texans have a shot to make a deep run here because not many teams were expecting them, or not many people were expecting the Texans to make this deep run. Not even me. And I didn't think C.J. Stroud would be this crazy. This man is slinging it everywhere. Every time he has the ball in his hands, he finds some random receiver down there. And Texans fans, they gotta feel some happiness. They found their coach, they found their quarterback, and they found a good defensive tackle. And that is just what Texans fans needed. Everything was successful this year, even if you don't make the Super Bowl, which is unlikely, but it happens. But even if you don't, and you lose here, hey, at least the Texans fans have something to cheer for next year, because next year the Texans are going to be probably one of the dangerous teams in football, and that's just huge for the AFC. But yeah, I love CJ, but something tells me the Cleveland Browns will pull it out. CJ, if we talk about the last game he had a good game. Nico Collins has developed into a crazy receiver. Dalton Schultz is there. The run game is here and there. It's just madness. It's madness in Houston. But the Browns, we got to see how their offense is going to do. They don't have Elijah Moore because I think he is sitting out for the rest of the season because of a scary injury he had against the Jets. And kind of ironic because, he was on the Jets last year. That means it's just sad. But prayers to him, and I think CJ Stroud will be able to rip some plays in the Browns defense, but I don't think he's going to rip out enough to get the win. So I got Cleveland here winning 27-20, and Cleveland will go to the divisional round. And hopefully, and likely to play the Ravens, so hopefully that happens. Meanwhile, you got the Dolphins at the Chiefs. The Dolphins, they just blew it all. The Dolphins blew it. They had a good season, though. They blew the whole AFC East to the Bills, but they were banged up. Tyreek Hill got all banged up, but he'll be fine to go in Kansas City. It's his return game. He's obviously gonna want to play even no matter the injury, he would have played. I'm telling you that. Taking on the Chiefs and the Dolphins, they were a scary team still. They're just dealing with a couple injuries. And Kansas City, on the other hand, they sat out their starters because they claimed the playoff spot, beating the Bengals, sadly. And yeah, I just don't know what else to say about the Chiefs. I mean, their offense is horrific. Their offense is really horrific. Isaiah Pacheco is literally like their best receiver on that team. Rashee Rice, too, though. Rashee Rice is good, too, but they still don't have that true number one receiver yet. Rashee Rice is like a 2 or 3 right now. A very good 3 at best. But yeah, I just don't know. And Travis Kelce has to get going to win this game. This game, I heard it's going to be really cold. There's chances of snow in Kansas City. The Dolphins ain't used to this weather. It's supposed to be like 3 degrees in Kansas City. That's going to be horrific. And, Kansas City might not even be able to deal with it either because it's so cold there now. So, I don't know. The Dolphins are a little banged up. I guess I'll take the Chiefs here. It's probably going to be very, very, very low scoring game. It's going to be very low scoring. I don't know if it's going to be that windy. I think it's going to be steady there, though. That would be the good thing. But still, 3 degrees is terrible. I'm not sure. I am going to take the, I'm going to take the Chiefs here, 16-13 to win. Because I have no idea. Tyreek Hill might have, like, he'll get 70 yards at best. Because I just don't know how this game is going to go. So I'll take the Chiefs, 16-13, but that means they'll probably meet with, never mind, I can't say it because I didn't make the prediction yet. But yeah, you probably already know, though. Anyways, next game you got is Steelers at Bills. So the Steelers beat the Ravens. They did it. They made the playoffs, had a 10-7 record. They also had a crazy season. Kenny Pickett. That defense, though, the Steelers' defense, it's almost like the Browns. It's like a Browns situation here. It's almost like it's like the Steelers have like the same situation the Browns did, but made the playoffs. First, they started off hot, or started off bad. They didn't lose anybody for the season, though. I don't think. I forgot. They started off hot. Started losing some games, brought in Mason Rudolph because Kenny Pickett was not the answer, and it was the run game all along. And put in Mason Rudolph, and yeah. And look, Mason Rudolph looks good, but I think his demise is coming real quick here. And I like the pick against the Steelers a lot, but this time because, Ravens didn't have their starters up, so. Meanwhile, the Bills, I mean, I don't know. Also, side note, the Steelers only beat the Ravens backups by 7 points, which is not that good, so that's a little interesting. Maybe there's something to be said there. But meanwhile, the Bills, it's also going to be a little crazy in Buffalo, as it's going to be cold and snowy in Buffalo. I've heard it's going to be very bad snow. This also could be a rough game. Who knows? But sometimes these teams like to have good games, and Buffalo is pretty much used to any kind of weather. Because they get everything. They get rain, they get snow badly in that stadium. And it's just crazy. I mean, Buffalo is so used to the snow, they can do anything. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, I'm not sure if they're that used to the snow. I mean, they're a little more south, so they're probably going to be less used to the snow that's going to be in Buffalo, I think. And yeah, I like Buffalo's chances. I think this is where Mason Rudolph's miraculous taking to the playoffs, Steelers, I don't know, thing ends. I got the Bills winning 28-7. I don't think anybody's going to be making any field goals. I don't think anybody's going to be kicking field goal because, yeah. So 7-28, Bills win because the Bills, they know how to play in this type of weather. And the Steelers, say bye. Bye-bye, Steelers. Anyways, next game you got Packers at Cowboys. So the Packers, they made the playoffs by beating the Bears. Jordan Love looked good, and he always looks good. He's getting better. Jordan Love is. We're not sure if he's the third yet. We're not sure if he's that third quarterback, but it's looking good for chances of him being, because he's a really good player. I mean, he's taken this young Packers team to the playoffs. Not much experience. And you gotta enjoy it. The Packers fans, you gotta love this season. And they still have a shot because the Packers usually have the Cowboys' number. But that was Aaron Rodgers, so we'll see if Jordan Love can do it. Meanwhile, the Cowboys beat the crap out of the Commanders, where it pretty much didn't matter because the Eagles are trash right now. And yeah, the Cowboys have claimed the NFC East as well. So yeah. Also, the Bills claim the AFC East. I forgot to tell y'all. Sorry, Bills. But yeah, Cowboys claim the NFC East, beating the Commanders. Dak Prescott probably gonna be the MVP. He's had a good season, but now this is where things usually change for Dak Prescott. Cowboys fans, hold on to your hats. But yeah, Cowboys are a really good freaking team. I like their defense. I like their offense. Packers are they're just young. Aaron Jones, I think, is dealing with a little bit of or AJ Dillon's dealing with a little bit of a injury or something like that, someone said. I'm not sure. I like the Cowboys' chances. I think the Packers are going to be able to show that they can put up points, but it's not going to be enough to beat Dallas, because I know Green Bay is going to be running the ball a lot and a lot and a lot. But yeah, Cowboys are probably going to win here 31-20. I got the score. Because I have no idea what's going to happen. So yeah, nobody knows what's going to happen. So, Cowboys win 31-20. I'm sorry, Packers. Next season, though, get yourself some veterans. The game everybody's been waiting for. Matthew Stafford is back in town. He's coming to Detroit, everybody. Get your jerseys on. It's the Rams at Lions and Jared Goff. This is the first time these two will be going at each other. It's crazy. Yep, it is really crazy. Yeah. Meanwhile, let's talk about the Rams. The Rams. Puka Nacua looked good last week, even though not many people played. But yeah, Carson Wentz, he's a good receiver. I mean, I didn't mean to say Carson Wentz. I meant Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua, he's so good. I don't know why they started him, though. Because it don't make sense. Maybe they just wanted to play the Lions. Maybe it was intentional for him to win. Maybe it was intentional for the Niners to lose. I don't know. But yeah, the Rams, their season comes down to beating Detroit if they can do it. I'm not sure. This Rams team has a lot of experience. Sean McVay's a good coach. This went from a freaking season that has been made of rebuilding to playoffs and having a shot. Meanwhile, the Lions, they beat the Vikings for revenge, I guess. And yeah, I think this is going to be a fun game. High scoring game I have, because none of these two teams, they're not going to have a defense this game. There's going to be no way. Rams defense has been playing okay, but this is what happens. The Rams always let up all these points. Matthew Stafford, he throws a lot of interceptions. Might see one here. I mean, he's thrown the least amount this year, but we might see one today. Because I think the Lions defense is going to be a little bit sneakier this week. For maybe like an interception. I think the Lions defense will cause at least one turnover from Stafford. And I'm not hating on Stafford or anything, but I got the Lions winning because the Lions are that dang team. They have a good coach. They got a twitchy defense, though. They're going to let up a lot of points in this game because I got the score 37-30. But the Lions are going to still win the game. And they're going to beat Stafford. They're going to send him home. And it's going to be... this is going to be a very emotional game. And Jared Goff will move on to probably take on the Cowboys if everything goes my way. And yeah. Yep, this is gonna be crazy. But go Detroit, man. Detroit's had a phenomenal season. They deserve it. Next game and the last game. It's Monday Night Football. We got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay. The Eagles. What the frick do you say about this team? They got destroyed by the Giants. A.J. Brown got hurt. He looks like he's not going to play this game. Jalen Hurts is banged up. We don't know if he's playing. He's questionable for this game. And the Eagles' defense is not playing good. This is going to be a mess if they can't get it together here. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, they also had a messy game. They won 9-0 in all field goals. But you know what? Hey, 9-0. Whatever. Who cares? It's the Panthers. And Baker Mayfield didn't have the best performance, but it is what it is. And I really like Tampa Bay's chances here. If Tampa Bay wants to be able to knock off one of these teams, it is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Because I don't know if they can beat any of these other NFC teams, except for maybe the Packers, but they'll play them in the championship if these two keep winning. But any of the other teams, like the Cowboys, the Lions, the Niners, the Rams, the Packs, maybe even the Packers can give them some trouble. I just don't see it. And they're playing a banged up Eagles team. Give me the Buccaneers to upset and win this football game. They will win 23-19 in an upset over the Eagles. Because, you know what? Devontae Smith, and give him credit. Devontae Smith and, what's his name again? Dallas Goedert and Kenneth Gainwell and DeAndre Swift are still going to be playing in this game. If Jalen Hurts plays, that helps him more. But without A.J. Brown, this can get a little messy. And I like a close game here. Even if Marcus Mariota plays, he's playing okay with the Eagles. So, we'll see what happens. I do got Tampa Bay winning 23-19. And here, guys, I'm gonna show you real quick what the playoff picture would look like if these teams win. Okay, guys, I'm back. Yeah, so this is what the playoff picture would look like. It would be Bucks at 49ers. It would be Chiefs at Bills. It would be Browns at Ravens, and it would also be Lions at Cowboys for a rematch from the regular season. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys for the divisional round. Good luck to y'all's teams, and peace out, everybody, and we'll see you guys next video. Peace out.